So currently, me and Standen are exploring the beaches in Poole. This is actually my first bit of exercise since quarantine started. So if you feel bad about not doing cardio, I haven't done anything in 6 weeks. The old woman gave me the weirdest stare ever. I don't actually have a clue where I am, but I'm about to explore, see what we can find. There's my cameraman for the day. What we're gonna do today, probably gonna do a couple miles bike ride, and then we'll film a bit of content on the beach. I thought it was gonna be a lot quieter than this, to be fair, but it's quite busy. So we'll find a quiet little spot. We'll get some content flowing for you. So firstly today, I thought since we was in Bournemouth, we're gonna have this view for our workout. Give us a spin, go on. Right, so today what we're going to do is we're gonna go over a workout or an exercise, if you like, that a lot of people are gonna be doing at the moment at home, but one that is often performed so incorrectly, which is such a basic exercise and it's such an effective exercise, which is the press up. So the first thing we're gonna focus on is our arm positioning first of all. So when you see a lot of people do a press up incorrectly, you'll see that their arms are very much on that 90-degree angle. Now what this is going to do is put a lot of stress on the shoulder that we don't want at all. Our shoulder is going to be our secondary muscle, and we obviously want to be activating our chest. So we want to completely eradicate that. What we're going to do is just turn our hands here from a 90-degree just into a 45, and that's going to allow us to activate our chest much better. The second thing that I want us to work through as well is actually engaging the chest. I know that this sounds quite obvious and quite basic, but it's often overlooked, and it's something that we really are going to focus on today. So we're going to come nice and slowly down on the down part of the motion, or the eccentric part of the motion. And once we feel that maximum stretch in our chest, that's when we then want to work on bringing our hands together as hard as we can, squeezing the chest as much as we can throughout the exercise. And what this is going to do is actually activate the chest throughout the press up. So we're not using our triceps, we're not using our shoulders, we're solely isolating that chest. You want to imagine that you're squeezing your hands together as hard as you can and contracting your chest at the same time. Of course your hands aren't going to move, but we want to get into that mindset. So we're going to go for a few reps, and I'm just going to go through it slowly, just to give you an idea of what that looks like.
The first phase of the movement is retracting your shoulders, which is so important for isolating the muscle itself. So you'll see me do that just in a second, just by bringing my shoulder blades back. There, you'll see them pop into place, and like I said, this is going to help us entirely isolate the chest. So we're working down off a motion of about 2 to 3 seconds down, and when I get to that bottom, like I said, I'm really focusing on bringing my hands together and contracting my chest as hard as I can. Just imagine you're trying to tense your chest as hard as you can throughout the motion. You'll see here as well, my posture is perfectly straight, and I'm not looking through my eyebrows, and I'm really controlling my breathing, so I exhale at the bottom of the motion so I can explode up. Another really important part of the movement is keeping your wrist perfectly straight like I do here, which is going to help make the lift as efficient as possible and channel all the energy through the push into the chest. What we don't want to do is break at the wrist, which is what I'm going to demonstrate here, which is going to make the lift inefficient and ultimately really harm your wrist too. One last thing we want to make sure we're definitely not doing, which I demonstrate in this clip, is locking out our elbows at the top of the motion like I demonstrate here. What this does is it takes all tension and engagement away from the chest, and we make the lift or the movement really inefficient by doing so.
Lucky enough, I managed to get these grips from Lidl for $3.99. So they're perfect really, because when you're performing any exercise, not just a chest exercise, but also a bench press, you want your wrists to be as straight as possible, like I just demoed in that video before. Because what this does is then channels the energy all the way through your arms and into your chest. When you break at the wrist like that, which some people do in a chest press, you see people's wrists like that, or you see people do it with a press up. Naturally, it's a lot easier to do it like that, of course, but what this does is takes the tension away from the chest. So what these are perfect for, if you can grab a pair of these, I think you can get a pair for like $6.99 on Amazon. Grab some of these. What it's going to allow you to do is have a really good wrist positioning for this. You can move the bars to isolate different muscles, such as the triceps, or you can come a little bit wider for a different element of the chest. Of course, like I said, we want to avoid that complete 90-degree and that stress on that front delt.